Hi, my name's Lee Williamson. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Hi, my name is Joby McAnuff. Subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary.
Reggae Boys Commentary. Like, share, and subscribe, please.
I'm Javon Watson, and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
Skin clean and nice and ting and ting. I'm Tiffany Cannon, Reggae Girl Striker, and you are watching the Reggae Boys Commentary. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Yes, Reggae Boys Commentary, like and subscribe, yeah? Reggae Boys Commentary, like, share and subscribe.
Reggae Boys Commentary, subscribe, like and share. Is that the right order?
Hi everybody, I'm Darren Moore and you're watching Reggae Boys Commentary.
This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats. Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.
Hello everyone, I'm Simon Preston and welcome back to Reggae Boys Commentary. This is the channel where we come together to discuss everything in relation to Jamaican football. This is your hub for everything Jamaican football related. How's everybody doing? I hope everyone is doing well. Levi, how are you doing, nephew? Hope you're doing well. Guys, remember the name, Levi Clark. Remember the name, one to watch in the near future. Great things on the horizon. And things are really, really going to take off. So, trust me, it's going to be quite a journey for him as he makes his progress into professional football. You'll see. You'll see. It's going to be quite a journey. It's going to be one that many people remember. You'll see. It's going to be... He's a goalkeeper, by the way. So that's exactly how you can be able to make special note of him, what he does, and everything of that nature. So trust me, remember the name, Levi Clark. Good? Guess what? Uncle and Grandma got something for you today. That's right. Ask Dad about it. So, yeah. So Levi is going to be a big goalkeeper. All right, Levi? Yeah, Levi is going to be a goalkeeper. And his little brother, he has a little brother as well. The little brother is really good as well. His little brother is good in terms of the defensive aspect as well. So, as I said, the future, it looks bright. Honestly, it looks bright. I think there's some exciting times to look out for as it relates to Jamaican football by extension. So, in just about 3 minutes or so, we'll have our special guest on. and our special guest will be able to speak about different areas, different topics that we've wanted to discuss for quite some time. So I'm looking forward to it, and I know you guys are looking forward to it as well. So it should be exciting and one that we're really, really looking forward to. Levi says yes. So yeah, exciting times ahead, folks. I'm looking forward to see what you guys will have to say. That's right. How's everybody else doing? Is everybody having a peaceful start to the new year? Well, I hope everyone is, because quite shortly we'll have a very, very special guest joining us on the show. And I know you guys will be looking forward to that in particular. And it should be a great sort of experience. So I look forward to what he will have to say on the show, as well as others as well. So should be a good video. Should be great in terms of what is to be said. So everybody can be able to have their say, and also questions as well. So folks, if you have questions for our special guest who will be joining us in a minute or so, then please drop them in the comments right now. If you have questions for our special guest, drop them in the comments. All right, drop the questions that you have in the comments and we'll get to that. All right, and by the time that he comes on, I ask the question and he'll be able to expound a little bit more about Jamaican football and everything of that nature. So it should be a great experiences, and so we're looking forward to that, and great to see everybody who hops onto the stream as well. So guys, if you haven't already, hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button as well. All right, it really, 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 really makes a massive difference. So please do hit that subscribe button as well, so that we can be able to continue to grow the channel. As you guys know already, when it comes to accuracy, reliability, and credibility, this is the place where you come to. This is the place where you go. This is where you and we get everything that we need. How does that sound? Sounds good? Well, hopefully you guys are fully aware of that and on what everything has in store. That's right. So people were saying, who is Richard Edwards? Well, you guys will know about him a little bit better throughout the course of this discussion. Yep. Just making sure that he gets the proper link and everything, and then we'll be ready and good to go, So it should be great sort of discussion, and we're looking forward to what he'll have to say and the information that he'll give in terms of his journey within the game. And also, in addition to that, he'll be able to speak about his national team experiences, the national team now, his thoughts about the current program, and also the way forward for Jamaica. And I think those are important things to discuss as we get to a crucial stage right now. Right now, we're going to talk about stuff in relation to 2023. We have the Gold Cup, the Nations League, friendlies, and then, of course, we know the next calendar year, 2024, 2025, the World Cup qualifiers will come into high gear, So that is something that we can really, really anticipate. That's something to eagerly look forward to. So yeah, and in relation to those 2026, I know people are saying, well, when will those qualifiers take place or center stage? Well, we know for sure that CONMEBOL, March 2023, that's when those qualifiers will take place. The qualification system for CONCACAF, that has to be determined first before we can actually speak about in terms of when the fixtures will be played. So format first, because the format might actually change, and then we go back to a situation of, all right, it's going to be this or it's going to be that. So So we look forward to it. And as you guys know, for the first time, the Oceania Football Confederation will guarantee one slot directly to the World Cup as opposed to the OFC winner having to play intercontinental playoff in a qualification process. So for the first time in World Cup history, there'll be at least one OFC team at every World Cup moving forward. So it could be New Zealand, could it be Vanuatu? You know, those are different things that we're going to have to consider. You know, so hopefully we'll be able to have that in the full swing of things, you know? So that should be good. And we look forward to that overall, you know? And guys, you know, let us know as well the comments that we have in the chat as well. You know, do send your comments in the chat as well so that we can be able to see what you guys are saying and everything of that nature, you know? And by extension, we'll be able to take all of this in a nutshell. Yeah. You know, many people are looking forward to the guest, and it should be one that brings excitement and so on. So he should be joining us quite shortly. I've followed up with him, so he'll be hopping on soon. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Richard Edwards should be a good guest. I agree. I'm looking forward to it eagerly. Wesley Hall says, big up, Simon. Big up, Wesley. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well, guys. If you haven't already, hit the like button. And also, don't forget to subscribe to Reggae Boys Commentary as well. Really, really appreciate it. So it should be a good one. So, yeah. My thoughts for 2023 for Jamaican football. Yeah, so in terms of everything, I would have to say that for the men's side of things, it's an exciting year to look forward to. And I'd have to say that basically there are and I think Gareth Southgate said it best for England, that how can England be taken seriously as a footballing nation and they're not winning any trophies? So similarly to Jamaica, how can we be considered in the same breath as USA and Mexico, and Jamaica are not winning doing the same thing as well? So that's something that has to be mentioned as well. That has to be thought about as well. So I think personally, winning trophies, that's going to help everything. That's going to make the big, big difference at the end of the day. So without that, it's going to be tough. Really, really tough. Wesley Hall says, everything up, Simon. Very good, very good. Very good one. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Glad to hear that. Yeah. All right, guys. So now we're going to bring on our special guest with us this afternoon. And we should have a very, very interesting discussion for the time that we have him on. And we use this opportunity now to say, Sir Richard Edwards, good afternoon to you, sir. How's everything? You can hear me? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me.
Simon, can you hear me?
Yeah, man, I can hear you. You can hear me? Yeah, can you hear me? Can you hear me? I'm not sure if you're not hearing me, but this is Boy. Microphone testing. Microphone testing. Boy. All right. Back in. Try that. So I'm not sure why he's not hearing me, but hopefully it should be fixed quite soon. And hopefully this is something that works out quite well. Uncle Simon, what are your thoughts for 2023 Women's World Cup? I think that the Reggae girls will do very well. I think a round of 16 appearance is definitely something that can work. I genuinely feel like, you know, in the grand scheme of things, they can go far in this tournament. They have all the players at their disposal. The attacking talent and their prowess is just amazing. So I do think quarterfinals is something that should be targeted. Generally speaking, I think quarterfinals is something that should be targeted for the Reggae girls. But as related to, I think will win the tournament, I think England. Honestly, that's the team that I think will go on and win the tournament itself. So yeah. So yeah, that should be good. All right, let's try again. Hopefully Richard can hear me. Hopefully this works now. All right, this should be better now.
Yeah, we're good.
All right, great. You can hear me. Great, boss. How you doing? All is well?
Yeah, man. As well.
Yeah, man. All the best to you and the family, man, for the new year, man. How's everything?
Yeah, man. Same to you. Everything's going good. Just had a newborn. 6 weeks, 6 weeks old. So staying up late at night.
Yeah.
Well, not always me though. Probably 5% me, 85% or 95% wife.
Yeah. So that's another reggae boy or reggae girl in the future.
Well, I mean, I know reggae boy, sir. I always be reggae boy, but in terms of representation, I just don't know yet, brother.
What?
Yeah, man.
Interesting. Yeah. Be careful, Canada might come.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We'll see. But yeah, again, I appreciate your time. I just wanted to go through in terms of the career you had and look ahead and things. So I guess start where it all began, growing up, where it all began for you. Was football your first love growing up, or was it another sport and you were drawn to the game? How did that journey start for you in terms of a football perspective?
Simon, football started for me kind of the weirdest way, the weirdest. Me, growing up at Jamaica, like I'm from the Garrison. I'm from Cockburn Pen, otherwise known as Olympic Garden. Never know nothing about football. I have a family background where everybody plays sport. All my uncles played football. All my uncles played cricket. All my uncles did track and field. My aunts did netball and stuff. And like my far cousins, they all played soccer and stuff, football as well, right? But what kind of inspired me, Ian Goodison situation. Like we all know of the story coming from the community as well. We all remember Pepe playing for Olympic Gardens, playing in the major league and stuff. And the moment Rene Simoes gave him the opportunity to represent the national team, I think that kind of add some light to the community and to the youths within the community. During that time, everybody want to play football. Like every nook and cranny you go, you see footballer play street, play against street. Just like in Brazil, where them have the street tournaments and all of them stuff. We used to, that's our way of developing for the sport.
Okay. And in terms for your perspective, would you say it was high school that you first started to take it seriously, or is primary school, prep school when that you know that you know have make a career out of this in a sense, or you do this very well. You play football very well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
The moment I started taking it serious is when I went to Santos, because I used to represent Olympic Gardens. Then I went to Moulins, and then I go back to Olympic Gardens and Spanner, boss, that real boss. Yeah, then the boss, come along, invited me to come to one of his training session, and as they say, the rest is history. My first time traveling was with Santos. We went to Cayman Islands. As a youth from the garrison, humble background, humble beginning. When the first time we got airport, I want that women, I want left me that far. yeah, yeah, man. So like for me, I'll forever be grateful to Carlton Spanner Dennis for allowing me the opportunity to see what the outside world looks like.
Well, yeah, quite an experience there, indeed. And in terms of that some people might not know, where did you play football in terms of high school? Where did you play in high school?
Okay, so I used to go to Greater Portmore Comprehensive High School. I don't know if it's still comprehensive anymore. I think it's all secondary school now, right?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I used to, back then it was comprehensive. So I used to go there, and then in 1998, going into 1999, I got the opportunity to again go play for Dunoon Technical with Spantos, we call him Spanner. He was the head coach, and I made the transition to Dunoon Technical. And my first year in the Manny Cup, we went to the semifinals against Narwan Manley. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yes, Spanner the man.
Spanner the man.
Yeah, man. Spanner the real deal.
Okay. And the position that you play midfield, was it always there, or you started another position first and then you were chosen to go into midfield specifically?
Wow. All right. So here we go with that now, Simon. We used to play the wing position. Used to enjoy playing it because my size, like I never like a tall person, but I was fast, but wasn't as skillful as I thought until I started playing against teams like Real Mona, and Harborview. Then you'll have like the Raytowns and the Brownstone, Arnett Garden, Tivoli Garden, right? So, anyways, Spanner used to give me the opportunity, even when I'm not good enough to play, but he liked my work ethic, right? And then one day he asked me, like, how do you feel going into the middle of the park and play? And I said, for me, like, I have no favorite position. I just want to be out on the pitch and just enjoy the game. He put me in the defensive midfield position. That's in training, and I did well. My first game, like I cannot forget that moment, hence that's why it's still so fresh in my memory. I think we were playing against Real Mona. In that time, Real Mona had like Sheldon Batiste, like you name it, Alex Thomas, you name it. It was all the big names who was representing the national team at the time, right? Spanner put me on another game. They had the biggest game in my life at the time. Honestly, Simon, within 5 minutes, Spanner take me off back in the man. Yeah, man. I went on the pitch, and the first ball we received, man, right on a man's foot. I think that the guy named Rene, I don't remember his last name, but he had that like a killer left foot.
Mhm.
And Emma, when Renee take it off of my foot, man, that's straight line it, man. And I said, come. Yeah, man. And you know, like now I can laugh about it, but back then, as a kid, when that happened, you know, like I felt like I let myself down and I let the team down, right? And when the game finished, we lost the game, I think 3-0. When the game finished, everybody, you know, disappointed, you know, changed and went home. Me, I sat on the bench for the entire time, And before I got changed and, you know, get myself ready to leave, call Spanner over and I asked him one question. What can I do to develop myself? And he gave me one advice, and up to this day, that advice has never left me. And you know, like all the kids that I'm able to work with now, like I try to instill that within them. And the advice he gave me is just come to practice early. I'll devote my time for you, and the rest is history. The rest is history. Yeah, man. The rest is history. Yeah, what Pana do, like what's Pana do for football, it's priceless. No money can pay him for that. Believe me. No money. And then again, my parents never have it, so
Yeah, quite a journey. I just want to fast forward a little bit because you know the game of football has had so much changes from the time you started playing to being retired and so on. You know, the midfield that you play, and you see these days now a lot of praise going to persons that are like a similar stature like you, like a Kante and other midfielders that are quite diminutive. You know, does that surprise you that players of that nature are getting that praise, Makalele and the Kantes, etc.? Whereas when you played, people never. It's like an underrated position when you played. If you understand what I mean.
yeah, no, totally. I know the road you're going down. The problem is, Simon, for me, and in a sense, like it's a problem, but it's not really a problem. During the time when I think I was making some noise, in our country, we were more looking towards players with size because our style of football was more based off the English style football, right? And I think that kind of like affected my growth within the game. But then, you know, I there's a big, just my personal opinion. I think I'm allowed to have my own opinion. I think one of the biggest problem with like the people who is in charge of our football is that we just don't have an identity. We don't have one. We want to play the skill football. We want to play the tiki-taka football. We also want to play the long ball, the punting football, but we just don't know how to do it effectively. So, you know, for us to have success. So I think it kind of like affected me a lot until I started to accept what it is. You know, but then probably after I retired or whatever happened, I start seeing player with the same stature as myself, the same playing style as myself, getting all the praises. And I'm not talking about just in my country, I'm talking about worldwide. You know what I mean? So just imagine if our people accepted me for what I am capable of doing well. What would have happened? Who knows?
True. Who knows? And I want to talk about that national team before club commitments. You know, you played for your country. That's the highest honor any professional can have. And I mean, you did that over 30 times for your country. You went to a Gold Cup, you know, on the top of a Caribbean Cup. I just wanted to talk about the national experiences that you had. You know, upon reflecting on the career, if you feel like, you know, the opportunities you got, looking back on it, would you say perhaps you should have gone to 50 caps, perhaps a few more games under your belt? You know, your thoughts about your national career as a whole.
Simon, man, I tell you, you touch one topic where, man, I tell you, there's somewhat pride.
Yeah.
because you know, like you said, wearing the national colors, it's massive. It's massive, right? But there's like a little bit of bitterness always will be there, and I'll go to my grave with that bitterness. Let me explain to you why I'm saying this. Is because I've been in the national setup, right? Throughout the youth stages, all of that. And I made my debut in 2007.
Yeah.
And I made my debut with under Bora Milutinović,
Right.
his tenure. Man, that the vision Bora had, like for our program, I just wish and I hope people had given him time, because there was so much happening at the time for us, especially as local players during that time. And yeah, when they fired Bora and then they hired, I don't remember who they hired at the time. It's like we recycled, reshuffled, you know, what we're looking to do. And then when we start having a little bit of success, then again they stop, reshuffle again, and then they hired John Barnes. We were looking to start having somewhat success again, then boom, they dropped that bomb again. So, anyways, long and short of the story, my time in the national program, I still think Jamaica has not gotten the best or seen the best of what I was capable of doing. Every single time, like I find form within the local league, and I think I deserve to get the nod. Simon, every camp I'm going to, if I play with Rudolph Austin, the midfield stable. If I play with Jason Morrison, the midfield stable. Every time we're playing some game of significance, and you know, they somewhat call some, and again, I have nothing against players from overseas or anything like that.
Right.
You know? But it's like when they call a player from overseas, that player has to play. They're not giving everyone a fair leveling field. Show what you have. You know what I mean? Like I still don't think like the selection process is fair in terms of who plays from who doesn't play, or who starts from who doesn't start. It's like some people, like wherever you're from, you automatically start. Or whomever you know, you have to start. And I think, you know, like I hope now there's changes. I hope the change will come. Because trust me, Simon, Jamaica don't know what they have, eh? Jamaica don't know what they have. You see the type of weather that Jamaica have? I still don't think Jamaica using it to the best of their ability. Country like Canada, where I'm based out of now, don't have that type of opportunity, right? But if you look on the world stage, look how many players Canada producing.
Yeah.
One, it's not in the water. Me can't tell you that at the end of the water. Two, it's not magic. Carl Brown use that term there to it all the time. It's not magic. We have too much lazy people in Jamaica. That's the problem. People don't want to work. Coaches don't want to go educate themselves. Why? Because everybody thinks that they know everything. And football is a global sport. Simon, just by having this conversation with you, right? At some point in time during this conversation, we may touch a topic where, as much as I know a lot about the game, you may touch a topic and the information that you share, I've never heard it before. Now you just teach me something.
True.
You know what I'm saying? But like I've spoken to coaches in Jamaica, and I tell you, like, just having a conversation with them alone, you think you have to, like, even as a fellow coach, you have to just stay quiet and listen, because when them attack, them tell you everything. It's like they have a blueprint for the sport, and me and you know there's no blueprint. It's no blueprint.
Yeah. It's an interesting point you've made, and you touched on a lot of things. And I want to go back to that time where you went over to make your debut in Asia. So you can tell me a little bit about what Bora was like. And, you know, from the outside, a lot of people might have been saying, well, the results weren't great, but you could feel like, look, local players got playing time. The team was starting to gel more. Young players got opportunities. So something was building. And then 6 months, 8 months into the job, he's gone, you know? So I would love to know, you know, local player growing up in that time, how you and others felt being in and around Bora, such an experienced coach, going overseas, going on trips, you know, maybe the results did not match the performances, but it showed progress nonetheless.
See, Bora Vision, Simon, just listen to this and listen to this carefully. Yeah? On the trip, we had Fabian Taylor, MR Phillips, Rudolph Austin. Just listen to the names I'm calling, eh? Jeremy and Taylor. That's 4 names I gave you just now.
Yeah.
Dwayne Miller. We had Dwayne Carr. Now you tell me what sort of career those guys had.
All of them overseas. All of them had good careers overseas.
What do you think it come about?
Opportunity.
Okay. Bora gave those guys a platform to express themselves. When we went to Asia, you know what the first thing Bora taught us? Discipline with food. With food. Bora has this thing, whereas let's say we're at the hotel, right? And it's buffet style. Whatever you go and pick up in your dish, just make sure you can eat that also. So if you full up your plate with all kind of things, just try and know anything within that the plate there, you can't throw it away. You have to eat it. What that taught us? Discipline. Discipline with food. You only have one stomach. Only have one stomach, and it can only hold so much food. So when him not tell us not to eat a lot, you know, but what he's telling us is that you still can eat a lot, but take it in stages. Even if you want to go 10 times, I don't care. But make sure you eat the food with pride and discipline. When it comes to the football side of things, Simon, see, when it's football time, it's Bora time. You see, after football, him tell you this straight. You can go explore, go sightseeing, see the city, because football is not every day you talk about just football and you think about football. Outside of football, then there's life. And you have to live life. Again, what he's teaching us is that when it's work time, it's work time. You don't come to training and I think about, oh, me have a girl around this Africa call, you know. You know what I say? Yeah, because you know it happened. Like me just a call last week, it happened. Yeah. You know what I say? But when a football time, Bora and a play, him not afraid for no time training. So you find that every man will come at training, prepare to work. Simon Bora teach me one thing, and again, never forget it. Before I got called into the national team, you remember they used to call me Gattuso, right?
Yeah, man. Of course.
All right. At that time, Gattuso was an animal. So, like, my game, quote unquote, was used to model based on that. Bora used a Pepsi and a bottle of water. Pepsi. Because at the time his English wasn't the greatest. So this is his way of like interpreting what he wants from me. Right? So what he did, he opened the Pepsi bottle and he squeezed the bottle, right? To kind of like pour out some of the air. And then he close it back and he shake it up. The bottle swelled up, right? So then he used the water, screw off the top, use it, close it, shake it up, the bottle is still in its rightful position.
Yeah.
What he's telling me, he wants me to be the water. He wants me to always be calm with my decision making, not to be reckless. Then he used the Pepsi and said, "This is you at the moment, Simon." That changed my game, like full circle, full circle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Change my game, full circle.
Wow.
But you see what more I use to communicate with me? Pepsi, water. Oh, that makes sense. If you look at the two of them, the only thing you need to do with them, I drink them, right?
Yeah.
But that's his way of interpretation of how he sees the game. Changed my life, man. And that is 2007, and by 2010, for a 3-year period, yeah, man, midfield problem.
Yeah, because whenever you're on the field, you know that we're not give away the ball. Especially when you're on the ball, we're not going to give it away.
Yep.
It was clear every time that you're on the field. And you know the nature of football. You have different teammates year after year, and even the coaching staff as well, because you went from Bora to John Barnes to Tapper.
Yeah.
Did you feel, a transition, they wanted different things from you, or different accountability on you, or different roles and responsibilities on the field?
Well,
John Barnes wasn't very, very long still. That was a couple
no,
of games.
John Barnes was he was very good, and he was very direct with his instruction. What I like most about John Barnes' coaching style is that he allows the players to have freedom of expression. So if you have something to say, him allow you to say it. Him allow the players to have a voice, right? Because it's not a slavery, right? And by doing that, what he did was gained my respect, right? And I gained his, right? And then with both come together, you get trust.
Yeah.
And with trust, we run through a wall for you.
Yeah.
At first, and this is just me attack the truth. At first, me did have me still have a lot of respect for Tapper outside of football. But when it comes to football, you lose respect for him. But as a human being, I respect him. But when it comes to football and the coaching, lose a lot of respect for him. It's not a man of his word. And as coaches, if you give me a word, if you come to a player and you give that player your word, it no matter what kind of situation you face, you have to stand up to your word. And personally, he kind of failed me on that one. Yeah, man. Simon, I went to, I think, 2011
Gold Cup.
Cup. Okay. The previous Gold Cup before that, I was supposed to be a part of that squad.
09.
Promised. As a promise. We're in 2022. I'm going to forget it. Yeah, man. Not forget it. Because, again, what that did to my career was allow my career to be stagnant. So you slowed down my growth. Why? I don't know. I don't know what was the situation behind it, but we moved past it, and as I say, I was a part of the 2011 Gold Cup. Still not get a minute. I mean, one of the man them were in the squad for a 4-year period. Oh, that makes sense. Can't make no sense.
Because you were part of the the campaign in the Caribbean Cup over in Martinique and played a lot of the games. So you
all of the games.
Yeah.
Even that tournament, Simon, I wasn't supposed to be a starter. If I tell you how I become a starter, you would probably laugh. The starting squad was selected. We were just doing our regular rondo as the bench players, fooling around somewhat. The rondo is not the serious type, right? So we're fooling around, and then Cummins pulled up. Omar Cummins pulled up in the warm up, and it's when the team walking out. At them time, say me a start, So you find say, okay, one, mentally, I'm not even prepared for start. My mindset done already set in a relaxed mode that okay, at least I go get a game, but I go come off of the bench.
Right.
Right? Start the tournament. That's when I got scouted by Houston Dynamo head coach.
Mhm.
I don't remember his name right now. Oh, Dominic Canier.
Oh yeah, good coach, yeah, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's when I got scouted to go try out for Houston Dynamo. Cause like, in my opinion, I had like a stellar tournament. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. Life is journey. So all these years later, Tapa never said, boy, this is why you didn't got that Gold Cup 2009 and 2011. This is why we never get minutes. No explanation, no, none, just go with the flow sort of thing.
Simon, who is Richard Edwards? Richard Edwards is nobody. It was a general. Tapa general, remember saying man of success same way. So, like at that time, even though like we're good,
Mm-hmm.
me the last person left on him mind. Him have whole heap more things for worry about. That's him. Yeah, him not believe him the business about how me want to feel or like like how things happen. No man, because at the end of the day, like he have a job to do.
Mm-hmm.
But at the time, not going to lie, yeah, I'm open on feelings. But now I'm on the other side of the fence as a coach. I know like a little bit of what he probably had to deal with. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
'Cause sometimes the decision is not solely his. Him just have to be a yes man in at the moment. I've been there before. Yeah, I've been there before. So that's why I'm talking like this. Like I've been on the other side of the fence now, and I kind of like see how it works from a coaching perspective. Sometimes decision is being made, and yeah, it's against what you believe, but you just have to go with the flow. Because at the end of the day, you have a family to feed.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah, I understand what you mean. And reflecting on that journey a bit, like we talk about Caribbean Cup and the role that you had in the team and everything, talk to me about, captain and basically his role in that process. Because on the
Simon,
island, there was just a lot of talk about team I go pull out, team I go fly home, but on the
Simon,
road.
I see you, Jesus Christ, man. Simon, you're going to just make me talk the truth.
Well,
All right, the only thing I can say,
mm,
me Captain Horace Burrell, soul,
mm,
rest in peace.
good man.
Me I go say that before me even start. Because me got mine, Yeah,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
Me I feel mine, man. The problem with the reason why I'm not afraid for talk now, because me not just not care. Listen, Simon, the problem with Jamaican football is that players are not allowed to only focus on the game, their sole purpose of
Mm,
why they're there.
mm,
Football is what all national team members who got called or got invited, that's their only purpose
mm,
there. Why footballers, right, have to deal with how much money they get, compensation,
mm,
stipend, food. Why footballers have to deal with that? At the I'm not go sidetrack.
yeah,
At,
yeah.
at that Caribbean Cup, right?
Mm, mm,
So we arrive in Martinique,
yeah, yeah.
and at the time the program was going through a cycle. Like every 4 years the program go through a cycle where them not have no money, or
Mm,
them bankrupt, or whatever the term with them use.
yeah, yeah.
That was one of the process that we went through, right?
Mm, yeah, right.
Um, at the time they were saying don't have any money, always the outcry.
Mm,
But us as local players, we weren't exposed to a lot of what's going on social media because one, a very few players could have afford to purchase a laptop at the time.
yeah.
Very few players could purchase one of the top of the line smartphone.
Yeah.
right? So what we used to do is just rely on the guys who had contract in Europe, who come back home and them have them laptop and everybody's around it, whatever. We were promised, or we agreed that we were going to get $15 per day. $15, right? This is after we signed a contract that stated that we're going to get a stipend of $100. But everyone agreed to the $15. Only if we don't get a sponsor. Right? Upon traveling to Martinique, nobody was privy to any information if we had gotten any sponsorship or anything like that.
Right.
We practiced the first day, eat dinner, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
The late Luton Shelton night, everybody, in them room and stuff, and then everybody come gather in my room. Like one thing with me still little Simon. People attracted to me still.
Lives, man.
Man, me have jokes, man. Me can crack jokes, man. Yes. So everybody, came to my room and stuff, and then Luton pulled out his laptop and saw in the paper that I think it was PMP Power at the time. I think Porsche had donated either $50,000 or something like that to the program, right? Luton go find out, the late Luton Shelton, may his soul rest in peace, General that too. He notified us that we got sponsorship. So anyways, we call a meeting. And in the meeting, we're talking, and Captain didn't told us that we got the sponsorship, and but that meeting was kind of like a setup meeting somewhat, because we already privy to the information, right? But we were just hoping that it would just come straight. So the senior players were the ones that went in to that meeting. You can call them name. Austin, Chevar, I think Jason Morrison, Luton. Who else? I think Ryan Johnson went in there as well in the meeting. Right? After the meeting finished, we see man just move different. Somebody wonder what go on.
Yeah.
So me got asked what go on and thing. They want say, run around, Captain, I get them. So Luton call the entire team and say, we're gonna talk to him. So everybody go in the room. Everybody go in the changing room. Sit down. Just have a discussion. So then he's, explaining to us that they got this money, this, that, da. And Captain still I say, I'm gonna give you $15. So Luton get up and say, listen, Captain, and tell us straight up. If we don't get $100 per game, no man has an list. Because that is what us as players had agreed to among ourselves. So no executive was privy to that, right? In the changing room, that happened. Luton first get up and step out because the meeting pretty much not going anywhere. Luton get up. Simon, you know my follow. As a local man, we want a bus. Step two. Because for me, my word is my bond.
Right.
And if I give you my word as teammates, because I'm here, I'm going at the battle.
Yeah.
Me, I go follow you. So once we follow, every man start step. Lo and behold, the next day in the paper, we read in the paper that the players are sticking up the country for money. That's a big lie. It's a big lie.
Wow.
But again, as youths who have a little bit of knowledge, because we're not stupid, we know false news, bad news sell. So the paper I think some guy named something under that Bennett was the press guy there. He published that news, pure lies in the paper. So we know how Jamaicans stay. When you read the paper, when you see the headline, everybody are gonna say, "Oh, them boy, them ball, but them a stick up country, but them a play for what me know so them stay." We know how so Jamaicans are, even if they don't know the slightest idea of the truth. We know them are gonna put things into perspective, and the first line of abuse is the players. So when that start happening, we got the captain and tell him straight up, we're going to play the game, but we're playing for free. Because it's not a money thing, it's a principle thing. Simon, remember, we put pen to paper for $100 per game.
Yeah.
You came to us and gave us a verbal commitment of $15 only if you did not get any sponsor. You get your sponsor.
True.
So why not adhere to the contract that we signed and agree on? Right? But again, like me explained to you, Simon, before, smart, where you to come from the garrison, but me smart, intelligent as well. Listen to this. Listen to this. 20-man squad. 20-man squad. $15 per game. We were there for 5 days.
Yeah.
We were there for 5 days. If you do the calculation per player for 5 days, that's what, $75 for the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you do the calculation again times 20, how much is that? $15,000?
Right.
$15,000 out of $50,000. Where the next 35 I go, Simon? Where the next $35,000 I go, Simon? Explain that to me, Simon. Where the next $35,000 I go? Now we start put things into perspective because we're an idiot. Yep. At the time, in the situation as local players, we didn't have a voice because nobody allowed us to have a voice.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? So as much as you want to say things, yeah, man, you have to hold that. You have to keep that within because you know if you say anything and it's not aligned with what the head wants, you're blackballed. That's it. Nobody will look at you again. You know that even if you're like ripping up the league, and we have examples that we can use, but we're not gonna go into that.
Yeah. I get you.
But in regards to the Caribbean Cup, man, we played for free. No, you call it again stipend. We didn't take that per diem. We played for free. The next thing that we ended up doing together as a team was not having the hotel food. So Luton Shelton took his own money, go to the store, and go buy food. Luton Shelton. That's why you hear me use the term Ima the General, Luton. Yeah, man. That youth there, I wish him could have lived longer to share his vision with more youth. So it go. When the big man call you. Yeah, man. Luton did that out of his own pocket. I'm not saying that the Federation did not provide an environment for us to eat, but we didn't want to go around them.
Yeah.
So it was one, the Federation did not want us to win the tournament because it would have made them look bad. Because coming home, if we had lost that tournament, in paper they would probably have a headline to say, okay, we had probably the best team on paper, but because we stick up the country, blah 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 blah, it affected us. But you know what? We were a set of determined set of players that it's like when you're back against the wall and you're representing the national team, it's like at the best time that we perform. I think them need to start putting something out that, okay, anybody get called for the national team, you're going to play for free. Yeah, man, the best them put that out there from now. Anybody who is going to represent the national team, you're going to play for free. Because the moment you put a figure to the performance and you as the national body can't fulfill that figure, trouble. Think about what we just said, Simon. Every single tournament after that one that I went to,
Yeah.
always money problem. And it's always days before an important game. Why? Why the football players aren't allowed to just think about football? Why players all of a sudden players done agent,
Travel agent.
travel agent?
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
call them people, you know.
I know what to,
But them can anything.
yeah.
You name the profession, soccer players, football players now start become that
Yeah.
that person.
Yeah.
Madness.
Multi-talented.
Madness. Football now go grow and youth like my youth them who born in a Canada, right? It's a bit difficult for a man like me, you know, who go through the system and see the system like have a continuous issue going on 5, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. How am I going to allow my child to go through that process? That mean my youth not good. Because I've been through it and I realize how much it affected me, but not only me, many other youths. But at what point someone is going to stand up for a change? Change has to come. And it doesn't necessarily mean it have to come from me doing this interview or, you know, you like having a voice or whatever. But it has to come in order for the development of the football happen. We have so many talented youths in Jamaica, but everybody lack vision. Everybody lack vision. Everybody want to play football at Europe, you know, Simon. I know this, right?
Yeah.
Everybody want to play football at Europe, but you know, so football play all over the world. You know this, right?
Every continent, yeah.
But everybody look to Europe. Why? Why them look at Europe? Because we're blind sight. We lack vision. Football play everywhere in the world. And even though you want to go to Europe, your part may not be the same as my one. Me might take going to university. Me might take that route there, and that get me to Europe.
Right.
You may go run to Afghanistan, go play, go fight some war, and a man see you in a battle and say, "What? More than man up on my field." But we need people who have been through the process start having positions within the federation so that they can share their dream, share their journey, and try to inspire the youths that is coming through. Because we have whole heap of talented youths. But why are they going to use as an example? Why are they going to look up to? Just look at again. Not the federation. That's not. This interview is not about that. But if you look all over the world, and look at the football landscape, in every federation within their organization, you see a past player. Look at our federation. Which past player you see in there? Name them, Simon. Simon, name them. We have whole heap of intelligent people, you know. We have whole heap of people with knowledge that wants to share. We have whole heap of people who is in positions that they can make good quality decisions. How many football players who have that capabilities, that those type of qualities is in there? Nobody. Who can relate to when a player, a local player, who in the federation now, who can relate to a local player where when him come a camp, he must say, "Yo, coach, baby mother, man, don't want a $1,500, you know, because the youth want a tin of feeding." Who can relate to that as a footballer? Nobody know whether you that go through.
Yeah.
We need people who can relate to the football players in order for the football to grow. You hear me sound passionate, Simon?
Absolutely.
Me sound passionate now.
Very. Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna tell us, I'm gonna explain something to you.
Yeah, man.
I'm the owner of Touch of Class Soccer, right?
Right.
And if any video, look at any video that I've post, just look at any video me post.
Mm-hmm.
And everything when I explain to you now, don't look at me. Look at all the kids on all of my video, and you can tell where my energy is.
Mm-hmm.
And that's my passion there, Simon. What I'm doing in Canada now, me personally, would I love to be able to do it in my country. Would I love to do it. Love to do it. However, Simon, I'm not going to farm full of myself. Because I see it. No one respect past players. Nobody no respect past players. It's like for a piece of meat, them just use it and then push it to the side. The new coach come. How much past players? I'm not talking about me. I'm not talking about a man like Bibi, World Cup, Pepe. With all of them knowledge that I do in the streets. We need them knowledge that within the football. With all of them knowledge and experience with them have, we need it. We need it. We youth them need it. Me can't trust a man where I go do an PE course over my or GC first. I mean, I knock them school, I mean, I knock them university or college or whatever. I'm not knocking it. But I can't trust a man whenever I go through the process.
Mm-hmm.
You get me, I say?
Yeah.
Understand what I am going through as a player. I can't put my youth in a film and that's sad truth. I can't put my youth development in a film and crazy. That will never happen. I rather do it myself. And I don't have the blueprint, but I trust my judgment. Yeah, man. Simon, me da Canada, I'm here to tell you. I've said this in an interview, I think it's 2016.
Mm-hmm.
2016. That Canada is going to become a force to be reckoned with in CONCACAF. And I wasn't lying.
No?
I wasn't lying. You can go back to that interview and go see it for yourself. I've said it before. Because now I am here and I am witnessing like greatness being unfolded in front of my eyes, and it's not because of lack of vision. You can see it. It's that visible. And Canadian youth does not have what Jamaican youth have. Youths in Canada can't just get up in a Simon and go up on a football field, just go play.
Mm-hmm.
If you do that, guarantee you, if a security want to be an asshole, them can run off of the field. In a Jamaica, who can run off of the field? Nobody. It is a free-for-all thing, no?
Yeah.
All right. Why we're not developing more players? What the problem? Yeah, the structural change needs to happen, man. Something needs to happen. Some changes need to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Changes need to happen, man.
And I mean, you talk a lot about off the pitch, what has to be done. You as a midfielder, and you hear the cry over and over again about the midfield needs work and all of those sort of thing. Your thoughts about right now on the pitch now?
Simon.
Yeah.
Simon, we have the players them. But the people in charge lack vision. Listen, I know I said a lot of stuff about off the pitch.
Yeah.
Our mentality, and I am only using this terminology based on history and track record.
Mm-hmm.
We have a long-term vision with a short-term goal.
Yeah, I get you.
Long term, no. In a 2023, we're thinking of 2026 World Cup, right? That's how we are thinking about 2026 World Cup.
Yeah.
But that's a problem. Well, we have a new coach now. I'm sure his vision is going to be a little bit different.
Yeah.
See?
Mm-hmm.
But what if this coach fail? You know what them are going to do? Cut him.
Mm-hmm.
Different man coming, and them are going to look for 2030 again. Why not start thinking 2030 from now?
With the same man.
With the same man, I hope that we get to 2026.
Yeah.
But our target is 2030. So if we get to 2026, it's a bonus. That are our just qualifying alone are our World Cup. That are us lifting that World Cup. But our main target is 2030. That think about when we just say that never happened. Never. Every World Cup cycle, we look for qualify for that World Cup. Well, I know say Canada do it the opposite. You know, Canada do it the opposite. Canada target 2026. Not with the hope that they're going to be a host country. That was not part of their vision. But them get to 2022 and them still earn the rights to host 2026. So a back-to-back World Cup them I go.
Mm-hmm. Good.
Simon, that vision was between an 8 and a 10-year standpoint. That vision to get to 2026 was within an 8 to a 10-year time span. So think about it. And the man that was in charge, even don't know if he's going to live for 10 years, but there was a blueprint there. There was a blueprint to follow. So even if him dead and gone, the next man will come in, him have that can follow. So on the field, in terms of midfield, what you're talking about, Simon, it's not because we lack midfielders. Nobody have the patience to give the player who is playing in that position enough time to grow. And in order for you to have growth, you have a failure. It's a must you fail. No, we're not perfect. It's a must you fail though. You are going to play some games as a midfielder. You're going to make some of the stupidest mistake you can ever make as a player. But how you going to grow, Simon?
Yeah.
If you don't make those mistakes, how are you going to grow?
Yeah, opportunity. It's true.
Yeah. We have to be patient with when it comes to development, man. We have to give people time. Jamaican people too impatient, man. They may attack everybody, man. They're too impatient.
Mm-hmm.
Football is a slow motion game. Everybody say Arsenal I play good football now. Look how much licks Arsenal get after Arsenal.
Over 10 years, my word.
Yeah, man. I see now they're on top of the table and they're playing good quality football now.
Thank you.
Yeah, man. They're playing good quality football, but it didn't happen overnight. They gave what's his name called? The coach again?
Arteta.
Mikel, yeah. They gave Mikel enough time to settle in, have develop his culture within his team, have a methodology that this is what we're using, have a playing style, this is how we're going to play. And whether it work or it's not working, this is exactly how we're going to play because this is my vision and this is the club method of playing this type of way. So whether we're losing or winning, this is how we have to play. But now he had so much licks in the past that his vision now is starting to come to the forefront. And everybody who was in the boardroom, they gave him the confidence to impose his vision and develop that level of team culture within his environment. So we need, and not just midfielder, Simon, we need to give players time in their position in order for growth to happen. Growth will not happen without time. And success will not happen if you don't have failure. You have to fail, man. It's a must you fail.
Mm.
Failure is a part of the growth, man.
Hmm.
Yeah, man. Failure is a part of the growth, man. We're all I go aim for perfection, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to fail. It's a must to fail. If we not fail, we're dead. Yeah, we have to fail, man.
We'll forget about that. Forget about the failure part.
Yeah, man. No, man. We have to stress it too, man. It's a must them fail. It's a must them fail, man. Even again, so I watch the youth football in Jamaica.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm.
I watch the football at Jamaica. See?
Mm.
Ashaka said, no disrespect to my close friend Sharpman, but if he can identify such issue, why can't the JFF see these flaws? Sharpman was spot on with all this. Shaka, so come on, and not just me, but you know, a lot of the players, a lot of the past players, a lot of players who go through the system, they've you know, they've seen the issue as well. But I mean, yeah, they're not being given the platform to, you know, be able to express themselves. Because they know if them, you know, once them express themselves, that's it, man. And you know, players want opportunity to leave Jamaica and showcase them talent. Yeah, Simon. Before me jump in on the next topic, right?
Yeah.
Ever think about why players who leave Jamaica and when them come back, them look so calm and comfortable on the ball? You ever wonder?
Yeah. I've thought about it.
You thought about it?
Yeah.
You think the said player, you think the environment that they went into developed them?
The environment, the surface itself, the coaching, yeah, combination of those.
That's how you think?
Yeah.
The environment?
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so nothing to develop them in terms of them football.
Mm.
You know what develop them? Being contented. Being contented. Nobody in the stands now go ridicule you.
Mm.
Everybody within your surrounding, them why you win, man. Them why you have success, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
So you're contented. If I tackle, are your strength?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The more man you tackle, we're good. At that we sign you for. We not sign if you take no ball and dribble past 3 man and boy you go score. We sign if you tackle. So try learn how to tackle to the best of your ability.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. When they do these things, people value you where you can offer to the team or to the environment, and you feel important. And once players feel important and have confidence, they can run through a wall. And even you yourself, I go wonder how them do that.
Yeah. Yeah, motivation can go far away.
What? Let me say a big problem happened to our football still, you know, Simon.
Mm-hmm.
Big problem happened to our football. It's just a matter of time. If we again, it explode. Everybody appraise this local schoolboy football league. Everybody appraise it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to say CONCACAF impose a new rule now with the amount of high school footballers can play Premier League.
Mm-hmm.
But I love to know what the governing body are going to do about that. Because at the end of the day, Simon, the youth them were 16, 17, or 15 that can manage the big man football.
Yeah.
But the platform where you get them youth to develop.
JPL.
Yeah, but them put restrictions or it happen.
If I remove them restriction, no.
Before they had an under 21 league.
Mm-hmm.
I hope that's a part of their vision. I hope. Because if that's not a part of the vision, Simon, our football dead in here, you know this, right? Because we don't have a feeder system where, okay, when them 15, 16, and 17 year old who can manage the big man football, we don't have a feeder system where we are sending them into, you know. So what happened to them players, eh? You know what happened to them, Simon? You want me to tell you?
You hear them of them again?
Gunman, them I got on. Me don't know how that sit well with people of influence within the football circle. Me don't know how that sit well with them. Because me as a man right there on the outside I look in, can't sit well because I know that's how I got my opportunity. I played under 20 when I was 15. I mean I never the tallest man, you know.
We know that.
I had a picture with me and Damian Stewart that are Stuppies.
Lord have mercy. Yeah.
Simon, me and him a jump for a ball. A Stuppies waste me there, you know. So how tall Stuppies is, you know.
Yeah.
How many other players are gonna get the opportunity they know with a new rule? Yeah? That make no sense. That make no sense. A stagnant or football stagnant, you know, for the next while. So I'll whisper where everybody talk about. God, him better find a way out, you know. Craig Butler better, because I'm my representative now, am I agent? He better find a way to get him out of Jamaica, you know. And all of the other local youth, them, were in the league, will make some noise this year. Them parents better find a way to ship them out. Me, I tell you this, because I done football done for them after high school. Because who are going to be them competition? Who them are going to compete with, Simon?
Themselves. Nobody.
Exactly.
Yeah. Them can go to Touch of Class Academy. I Canada.
Well, over here, so?
Yeah, man.
Well, no, them can come, you know.
Yeah.
Of course, them can come. We are create, yeah, man. Believe me, Simon, man. We are create avenues. Yeah, man. For give back. We are create avenues, man. Yeah, Devon, sir. Yeah. Yeah, man. We're creating avenues, man. For that to happen. It's just time, you know. The right timing. We're looking also to do a arm of our program back in Jamaica as well.
Okay.
Yeah, man. We're gonna do like a franchise.
Yeah.
Like I said, everything comes with timing.
Right.
Because we want to put the right people in the right position, with shared values, you know, shared vision. Because we know when money is involved, people change. The man we trust know when money involved. Yeah, one day if I see him, Bridget need have. Yeah, man. So, but yeah, man, we have a vision, and we have a vision for the football. And we want to share it, Simon. We have whole heap of knowledge, whole heap. I'm not talking about knowledge about playing. Yeah, we're not talking about knowledge about playing. We have whole heap of knowledge in terms of, you know, like having, you know, discussions with other coaches, being on different webinars, and, you know, listen to other professional you know, coaches / players, you know. We know the full circle of the football now, man. From boardroom to agent to you name it, man. We know the full thing now, Simon. Long and short like Simon, nobody can take me for fool again. If you take me for fool 5 years ago or 10 years ago,
that's again. Yeah.
Richard, you know, before, call me Coach Richie. With the new version of me, yeah, don't call me Richard Edwards. Call me Coach Richie.
Coach Richie.
Yeah, man. Never forget that, Simon.
Yeah,
this
man.
version, don't call me Richard Edwards. Call me Coach Richie.
All right. Coach Richie. Makes sense.
Yeah, man.
Two last things more on touch upon. The experience you had in Finland and also playing in Canada as well. The transition to coaching now. If you're still technical director at Brampton, and also the experience in Finland as well. The experience of playing overseas professionally in Europe for you.
Well, the experience in Finland, it was a very good one. Very good one. They wanted to offer me a 3-year contract at the time, but when we think about the money and times, you know, that I'm going to spend away from my family, it never worth it. It never worth it.
Interesting.
Yeah, man. So long and short of it, I opted to go back home because I had this opportunity to come to Canada. And Canada is a country that I've always wanted to live, you know. After I went back home and I played the 2013 Premier League under Vin Blaine tenor, kind of reignite my spirit again for local football. And yeah, I went to the States, and my brother Richard West invited me to come to Canada to play alongside him. And yeah, man, the rest of history, Simon. It's a history.
Yeah. It's amazing how time just go by so fast, you know.
Yeah, man.
That's if you think about it, 10 years ago, that's when you had joined York as a player, York Region Shooters.
Yeah.
I just thinking that was 10 years ago and just feel like that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, time just go by so quickly, man. So, yeah, listen, when you have all the updates as to what's next with Touch of Class and the next step, let us know. Any partnership with the island or anything latest you want to share with the public, you know, just keep us posted and keep us up to date with everything, you know.
Yeah, man, I can keep you informed, but Simon, me's a man still, me's a type of man like work in silence. Me personally like work in silence and allow the success to make the noise. You know? That has been my motto ever since. You know, so work in silence. Like the unseen work is the best type of work for me. There's hours. Devon was on the line. No, know me. You can call me anytime I'm on in the Simon. I'm up. I deal with football things. Why? Simon, I'm curious, you know. Me? What? Me curious. Me want information. Me a starve for information when it comes to football. And if it means that me have to go through the whole entire morning and don't get no sleep to get information, if that is my moment to get the information, Simon, I'm gonna use the time wisely, man. But say me have information. Me have information one share. You will not Simon, you wouldn't even know the half fight. You wouldn't even understand. If you see me in action, you yourself probably like baffled. I'm not took my hand in a Simon, but guess what? I'm gonna explain something to you. You see me, that you tell Richard Edwards. Me proud of me. Me no need you to tell me. Me no need nobody else to tell me. Me proud of me. Because I know where I'm coming from in terms of where I'm at right now when it comes to the sport. Simon, and a joke information you have in a Simon. I mean, I talk about information that can help you from them 5. From them can kick a box. You hear me say? We have information we want to share because we're not selfish with it. We never born with this. We get them information from other sources as well and put it into our own version.
Right.
Yeah, man. Yeah, go see it. Anytime I set foot on the island, yeah, go see what I go on. Magic I got happen, Simon. Can't say me never tell you.
You tell me, man.
Because I'm going to make sure that whenever I set foot on the island, I am going to set aside time where I am able to pass on the information, pass on the knowledge. Me no want dead with this. Me no want dead with this knowledge, man.
What's the point dead with millions?
Me no want, no, sir. Yeah, man. On time, man, we don't need no money for share this, you know. Yeah, man, we don't need no pay. Again, this is not me being cocky. We're at a stage now where, would I work for free? When it comes to the game, a serious thing me I talk about. When it comes to the game,
Yeah.
we work for free, man. Because the game has provided so much for me. Simon, everything with me have in a life, a football give me that, you know. Football. Think about what me just tell you, Simon. Me is a youth who I come from, the garrison, bread and butter and dumpling, sugar and water, dumpling and salt, you name it. At them stage, them I come from in a Simon.
Humble beginnings.
Change that for me. Why I wouldn't want it change for somebody else? So John Cunningham, yeah man, you gotta hear about him. Nobody never gave him a chance, you know. Nobody never gave him a chance. Or create opportunities. You talk about midfield, Simon. Oh, nobody knows see that youth there. How him to fall through the crack? And that you tell me? Him fall through the crack. Him fall. Simon been come to Jamaica since 2017, you know.
6 years in come.
One phone call me make. Phone call. Alex say, yo, that youth yeah. Me don't know John I. But I watch tape with the youth a general. The youth a general, Simon. Oh, you have to miss that. Alex Thomas, if you see that video, big up yourself. That youth that gonna make you proud. Not me. Him gonna make you proud and him family proud. Don't forget. Make sure when you watch that video, Alex, you take that big up there and run with it. Run with it. You deserve it, youth. Yeah, man, you have vision. Probably coaching and you're calling. Probably a scouting and you're calling. Here, Alex.
Yeah, dry him out, you know.
Yeah, man, when him see this, him I go laugh. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
For real, man.
But Simon, we want to help you with them in Jamaica, man. We want to help you with them star. I'm tired for that Canada and hear much man are dead and them things. I'm afraid to come to Jamaica, you know.
You?
Think about it, Simon. My born and growing a gunshot. Every day, me hear that in my ears. I'm afraid to come to Jamaica because I'm afraid for dead. While West are going, man. We can't come to Jamaica and let myself kill this time, man. That Canada, at least me sure if we live at least another day. Unless I sick, me sick.
And sleep with the door open.
Yeah, a serious thing. Just not in the winter.
Yeah. Follow you.
Yeah, man, but yeah, man, it was a joy. It's a joy. You know, thank you for inviting me on this platform, Simon.
Yeah, man, I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. It's a joy. What help, Simon? What help? But we're not gonna go out our way for do it.
Yeah, everything as we, not as I.
Yeah, man.
And I think you'll get it there. So.
But I say when we just said a while ago, we're not gonna go out our way for do it. That me just say now.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go out our way. So when we say we not gonna put you in a position, yeah, just to get me in a position.
Yeah,
I hope that makes sense. I only hope it makes sense. Yeah, me not gonna put you in a position to get me in an opposition. When the timing come, just always know. Coach Richard, never forget. Ready. We're ready for work. You hear me say? We're ready for work. Simon, me have a bag. Me talk look up on your platform.
Yeah, man.
I have a bag of youth with Jamaican background. Ready for work.
All right.
You don't need to say nothing else.
All right.
Talk about only the boys them. You hear me say a while ago?
Yeah, man, I hear you.
And the youth them when I tell you about, I just don't want the people or the personnel in positions of influence turn a blind eye to what go on. You hear me say?
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. So I think a little time I try to seek out information. How you get in the program, how I can't get to nobody, Simon. I can't get to nobody. Are you me have to call Simon? You work at JFF? Simon, look how easy it is for you to get to me.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't get to nobody in the federation, Simon.
Can't reach them.
And me's a pass player, no?
Yeah, so it should be easier.
Me's a pass player.
Yeah.
It's not like me's a pass player, I'm gonna forget about the game.
Nah, with social media, it's 2 clicks away. I'm gonna find you. Not that difficult. Honestly.
That not tell us something. Simon, I have a bag of people, but want to do things. I don't want to get myself in a trouble. I don't want to use my mouth and get myself in a trouble. But I have a bag of people, but want to do things. And if given the platform, we can tell you this confidently, I gotta say this. We can make nice. I'm not talking about no joke nice. Proper nice. How much people want to see that? That's the thing we need to think about. But yeah, man. Thank you for having me, Simon.
Thanks for your time. Really, really appreciate it, man. All the best again for the new year. Keep us up to date on how progression is going with the boys and the girls. And anybody have a Jamaican passport, let me know.
Okay. I'm gonna make you know. You may gonna reach out to me. Not reach out to nobody else, You may gonna reach out to.
I appreciate it, man.
And Simon, for all the viewers who take the time out of your busy day to listen to me and whatever I said earlier, thank you for that. All of you guys, I hope you go follow Touch of Class Soccer on IG. Like, share, and subscribe on Simon's platform, because he's a youth who do a lot of things for the football within the country. Don't take it for granted. Right, Simon, continue to do the good work. Just keep it up, man. Keep it up.
I appreciate it, man, and same to you as well with Touch on Class. We see and hear about it on social media, but definitely it's something progressing, and we want to see all Jamaicans, progressing and doing well. So keep up the great work as well, and continue pushing out the great work. You say you're somebody that you're in for information. Keep that same energy, that same passion. I don't take your places for sure.
Yeah, respect, man. That die out, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, football for us is a lifestyle, Simon. Yeah, lifestyle.
Nice. Yeah, man.
All right. All the best to 2023.
Cool, brother. We'll keep the link. Yeah, man. All right, take it easy, bossy.
Respect.
Yeah, man. All right. There we go, folks. Coach Richie speaking to us there. Yeah, man. And of course, great interviews there. Starlight Production says, yes, Coach Richie, I really like this interview. Guys, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. The same for Touch of Class Soccer as well, where Coach Richie is doing this thing as well. So big up, guys. Take care. Have a wonderful rest of the evening, and definitely more to come. All right, guys. Take it easy. This video is brought to you by MPEC Printery, specializing in t-shirt printing, posters, and shipping from the USA. Call 876-775-6692 or 876-337-7374. Andy Gone Nuts, 100% guaranteed fresh coconut water delivered straight to your door. Call 876-309-6128. That's 876-309-6128. Refreshing and affordable. For more information, follow them on Instagram at Andy Gone Nuts. Truly refreshing. And Crumble by Mrs. C. Old English fudge and other delectable sweet treats.
Call or WhatsApp 876-586-0471. That's 876-586-0471. This video is also brought to you by BLC Jamaica Security Electronics, specializing in alarm system, video surveillance, camera system or CCTV, barrier system, gate automation, and access control. Call 876-320-7711. That's 876-320-7711 or 876-351-1105. That's 876-351-1105.